Okay, back here in studio, Coach Lynn Cain, and excitement, and of course there's some anxiety, but you got to get the team together. But you're going to shape it and mold it, as the architect for success of this season. But Coach, we just saw two of the players here sitting talking to us very, very professionally and very, very solidly about what they want to do with their lives and football in general and students in general. Very good, very good. We're very proud of you for bringing that to the table so they can obtain what it's like to be around a first-class program. And, of course, that's all you've been in your life, SC, the NFL. You say no more because you bring that back to the players. We knew it was going to take time. And your thoughts on that, because this is not, they say, a sprint. This is a marathon. Okay.
You know, like you said, you get a chance to see two community players that have played in our community, and you can tell very articulate with their thoughts. Look at Denham last year, compare him to this year. Very outgoing now, very strong at sitting in front of a camera and talking and talking to people and talking to you. He dialogued with you, and he had a very sharp and quick on their thoughts. And so we're excited, you know, that we have that kind of impact on our young men, not just on the field coaching them up at football players, but also talking to them about going to class and studying and putting the work in. And you can see the improvement.
And giving back to the community. Very solid.
Giving back to the community.
Very solid citizens. So we're very pleased for that. But, Coach, now let's talk here in the time we have left, because the schedule is going to dictate quite a bit of the movements you make, the decisions you make, and the positions that you have to really be strong at. And let's go by looking at that schedule. Now, you said September 4th
is our first game.
Opening game. And let's walk our fans through this schedule, because there's no non-conference, as they say, exhibition or practice games. These are games that count. Everyone counts. Okay.
The scrimmage has been eliminated, so we no longer have a scrimmage, and used to have it in the years past where the first game would be a scrimmage. That way it was a control scrimmage, and you can get your players out and then mix and try some things and get them ready to play. But we start off right out the blocks. We got Los Angeles Valley. So we're playing Valley College right away. And remember, they had 2 years ago they had the #1 quarterback. Last year we played against a young man. He was the All-American his first year and then MVP. So last year we played him and did a good job of stopping him. So we're really going to have our hands full with their team again coming back, because I know they're going to be prepared for us. And then from there we play Santa Monica, and Santa Monica we got into same thing with Valley. We got into one of those barn burner games. It went into 40 points and 50 points, and so we played one of those high scoring games. And then we come back and play Glendale, which Glendale will finish up. This is somewhat of the three teams that are out of our conference play. And so once we finish playing Glendale, which has always been a team that is well disciplined, their young men come out, they execute on offense, defense, and special teams, execute very well. And they're well coached by their coach. And so they do a fine job over there. Then we get into our conference and College of the Canyons. We're going to be playing teams. All three of those teams are spread offense. And so our defense has got to step up and play. We'll want to play in a team that move the ball. You know how they run, pass the ball. They got the little bubble screen they run. They got the quick passes. They run about 5 yards, short passes, and then medium passes. And so we're going to have a mixture of things in that spread offense.
Coach, let me interrupt you here on the schedule, because I want to say in terms of scouting and looking at the opponents, has the Wildcat come in and made its mark, so now you have to prepare for that in terms of scouting, knowing might they run the Wildcat on you or other forms, variations.
Teams have always had, and you're right, they've had some player, some variation of a player that can run the football, and they put him back there in that Wildcat. But that's the old-time football. That's New Rockney football, when they used to snap the ball to the running back and then run. So but
effective now.
They're very effective. It's still effective. Still effective.
Yes, it is.
And we modernized it with better uniforms and stuff like that.
As a matter of fact, your alumni, Shaky Smithson at Utah.
They
They implemented him throughout the whole season as a running back in the Wildcat.
And he loves that. When he was with us, he was like, Coach, man, move me all over. I'm wide receiver, running back, and then put him at quarterback. And he loved that defensive back. Just play me. And so, we're going to have to deal with that Wildcat. And there's some things that we have schematically that we're thinking about that I really believe that's going to slow down the people that we're playing. So then we play College of the Canyon. And, College of the Canyon has been very tough. They get a lot of players from out of state and bring their players in. And then so we got a community college playing an out-of-state team, basically. I guess a little rivalry going on there. So we give our players a little something to battle with. And then Antelope Valley, they've always been tough. Played them last year. Matter of fact, I don't know if you remember that one play that the kid was muffed the ball. The ball is going out of bounds. He flings the ball back in bounds, goes out of bounds, comes back in bounds, pick the ball up, gets hit, bang. But then he stays on his feet, and then he circles back around and then goes 40 yards for a touchdown. It's like, man. Wow. So we play a team that's been if we can eliminate, we will eliminate the big returns. That game will be closer for us.
Your pursuits are going to be more focused.
Yeah, and we have to really keep that down. And we got some special team players that are going to make that happen. Which then takes us into a break, and then we go into the last 5 games. Rico, the last 5 games are the most important.
Yes,
they're the ones that takes you now. We win our share of ball games that first 5. Now that second 5. Now that's going to be a monster.
Your season maker or your season breaker.
Yeah, and we want to say season makers.
There you go.
We don't want to look at the negative side. We want to stay on that positive side.
Every coach's plan with your coaching staff to make sure that those critical games respond in kind.
And here, no matter if it's basketball, football, baseball, your better coaches are going to help your players to understand the impact of those last 5 games and how important, how imperative it is for you to prepare to go those last 5 games. That's your run for your playoffs. And so our kids have to understand that.
And Coach, in terms of a very long season, because that is 10, at least 11 games, the playoff or championship, that's a lot of wear and tear on the body.
Yeah.
Was the injury factor something that hindered the team a little bit last year at certain points, or was there always someone ready to step into the breach for? Injury is part of the game. We
had a limited amount of injuries. It was one of those years where I believe we did the right conditioning for our players and prepared them for that kind of season. And we had a quarterback. Matter of fact, Pedro sprained his ankle back in May, June, real severe. And so we just nursed him, and I talked to the offensive coordinator, Nick Garrett, and I said, Nick, don't run him. All I want you to do is drop back, pass the ball, and just give the ball to the running backs, let them do the running, Pedro do the throwing. And so we really protected our players well, and we had very good success in keeping our players healthy, offensively and defensively. And so we're expecting that same thing. Gave them the right amount of running and the right amount of rest.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
And so we did a good job of balancing that.
Okay. And then is it going to be by November and December that things will wrap up for the conference? Yeah,
by then you get into that November schedule, which is going to be Compton in San Bernardino Valley.
Is West LA College on the schedule this year?
No, West LA is not on the schedule. Southwest not on the schedule. And so our whole schedule has revamped. We're playing San Diego Mesa, that 6th game, Mount San Jacinto, 7th, Victor Valley, and then we come back and play Compton and then San Bernardino Valley.
And the home games are going to be all kickoff times at
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock on Saturdays.
Yes.
Still the same.
Same
schedule.
So we're expecting y'all to come out and watch us play now.
And the opening game, September 4th.
Yes.
Okay. And the fandom and the fan base at the college is increasing.
Yes.
You have your the band is still part of it.
Band's
all
still
the
part
support
of it.
Mechanisms are there.
Still there
for East LA College football.
You know, and we've talked about it with our coaching staff, and we want to have it. Some nights we're going to have it youth night and get the youth to come out. Some nights are going to be a family night. So we get the families to come out. Some nights are going to be a high school night. And so we're having these nights where we're wanting to bring the fans to us. Then the other thing is on Thursday we have this day where it's a pep rally,
Okay.
and we're inviting the community to come join us. We're
Okay.
inviting Pop Warner teams, high school teams,
Beautiful.
come on out.
Good
Matter
idea.
of fact, they can use that also as a platform for their,
Okay. Well, wonderful.
the day for them to come out and be
Okay.
a part of it. And so we're looking for people to come out and be a part of our
Okay.
program. And so
Okay.
we're doing all that we can
Yes.
to work the community
Well,
involved
Coach,
in our.
you have certainly done your share of extra time and effort. You go the extra mile. That's to you an axiom. That's just a mantra that you do. You go the extra mile because you know at the end of the day that will pay off
Yeah.
in dividends.
Well, you know, it's played huge dividends with our guys, and you mentioned it. You talked about Antoine Smithson, who's at Utah. It was mentioned about Carter going to Oregon,
Yes.
George Valaminos going to Idaho State. So we're very excited about what we're doing with the young men in our community. See, we need to help them to get out there, socialize with other cultures of people, then get their degrees
Yes.
and come back into our community and now help our community build up our community with the knowledge and the intelligence that they have and the skill level that they're bringing back into the community.
Okay, Coach, we're going to wrap things up, but we want to give you an opportunity to give the viewers and those that are our fan base on the internet an opportunity to link with you, communicate with you. Is there any addresses you want to put up now, or we can post later on the program?
Yeah, if we can post it later on. Right now, you know, we got this school address.
Okay.
If you wanting to contact us or contact me, it's Lynn or LCAIN Cain at elac.edu.
Okay.
The phone calls, we have a telephone number. It's 323-265-8950. Those are the two numbers where I can be contacted.
Okay, and your office hours, other than not being coaching on the field, but office hours that parents or players can contact you?
We get there in the afternoons. I'm usually there around 2 during the season. It varies. It could be 1.
Okay.
But the hours are 2 to about 8, 9 o'clock.
Okay.
And but on normal days, it's sun up to sundown.
Okay.
You know, it's just.
Oh, absolutely. And,
You know how
yes,
coaching is. I mean,
absolutely. It's just more than an 8
You just take off the hat, put another hat on, and just keep on moving. You know.
But again, the availability and the ability to contact Coach Cain, because he is a treasure house of information, of stories, anecdotes, bringing his career into focus and how he mirrors it for his players. That certainly he can say, my coach has played in the big league, in the NFL, and I'm going to continue to learn from him and gather myself so I can make the right moves at the right time and better myself, both as an individual and as a football player. Coach.